So I welcome you back in this video. Here you will be learning about the horse and rider model of your mind, that how exactly the horse and rider model represents something which is similar to your conscious and unconscious level of mind. The horse is similar to your unconscious mind and the rider is similar to your conscious mind. Here we will be learning these things in detail, and they are going to give you deep understandings about how exactly your mind functions and how you can take charge, take control of a lot many things in your life, right? So before I take this topic in the form of conscious and unconscious level, let's first understand the horse and rider model. What exactly this model tells us. So the first thing, the first learning that we can get from here, it is we already know that the horse is physically more powerful than the rider. If we talk about horse and if we talk about the rider, you know that horse is so strong that it can put the rider on its back, right? And it can jump, it can run, it can do lot many things, because the muscular power of horse is many more times greater than the muscular power of the rider, right? So first thing that we need to understand is horse takes more responsibility, or horse functions a lot many more times than the rider, because horse is physically more powerful. The second point that we need to understand, it is if the rider does not give any instruction, if the rider does not give any instruction to the horse will behave as per its training. That means the horse will behave as per the horse was trained. If the horse was a wild horse, so it will behave in a different way. If the horse was a horse which had training to run on the racetrack, on the race course, the horse will behave totally differently, right? Yani totally different way it will behave. So what we need to understand is, if the rider's instructions are absent, if the rider is not giving any instruction to the horse, in that way horse will behave as per its training, as per its learning. Suppose the rider is sitting on the back of a horse, but the rider is not giving any instruction to the horse. So in that situation, the horse may stand still, the horse may walk, the horse may run. Whatever the horse wants to do, the horse will do, right? Because now the instructions which are being given by the rider are absent. Now, third, suppose the rider gives proper instructions to the horse. That means the rider is instructing the horse to run or to stop or to jump. So whatever instruction the rider is giving, the horse is bound to follow these instructions. That means the horse cannot deny those instructions, because the control is in the hands of the rider. So even though the horse is so powerful, physically it is more powerful, still the horse cannot deny the instructions of the rider. It will have to obey whatever the rider is giving as an instruction. So this third point gives us the clarity that even though the horse is physically more powerful, still it is bound to follow the orders or the instructions given by the rider. Now, the fourth point, which is very, very important. Rider can train the horse. Suppose there is a wild horse, right? That means the horse is from forest, and the horse is not behaving in a mannered way, in a trained way. But still, if there is some trainer, there is some rider who trains the horse, who instructs the horse in the language or with the language that horse understands. That means if it instructs the horse to behave in some way or to behave in a particular patterned way, the horse will gradually learn that training. That means the horse will gradually learn those patterns, and gradually it will develop, it will become the kind of horse which is trained, provided the training is given in the language that is being understood by the horse. The horse understands the language of tapping, the horse understands the language of that controlling thread, right? So if the horse is trained with that language, gradually the horse will get trained. So here this fourth point helps us understand that the rider can train the horse, right? So 4 points we have learned. The first point is horse is physically more powerful than the rider. The second point is if rider does not give any instruction to the horse will follow its own training. That means its old patterns. Third, if rider gives some instruction, the horse is bound to follow those instructions. And last one, the rider can train the horse. Now, you would be wondering that why we are understanding about horse and rider, because here in this course the objective is to learn about the mind. So let me correlate these 4 points with your mind, and now you will get deeper understanding. The first point is unconscious mind or unconscious level of mind takes more responsibility than the conscious level of mind. The first point we need to understand is unconscious takes more responsibility than the responsibility which is taken by the conscious mind. You have already understood this concept in the last video where I was comparing your mind with an iceberg. Now, second, suppose if you consciously don't decide anything, that means if conscious mind is not giving any instructions, the instructions are absent. So in that situation, the unconscious mind will behave as per its training. The unconscious mind will follow its existing patterns because the commands are missing. Conscious mind has not given any command. That means with decision, with choice, if you don't choose anything, you automatically follow the patterns that exist inside your unconscious. I will give you some example. Suppose you go to a restaurant for the first time. So when you are going there for the first time, you choose a particular seat. And when, suppose after a gap of maybe 1 week or 1 month, you are again going to the same restaurant, now there is a very, very high possibility that automatically your focus will go on the same seat on which you were sitting in the last time, because the pattern exists inside your unconscious mind. So if consciousness is not there, that means you are talking to someone with which you are entering the restaurant, automatically there will be a tendency, there will be a temptation that you go to the same seat, because when awareness is not there, automatically we follow our patterns. So if conscious mind is not giving any instruction, unconscious mind will follow its own training or its own old pattern. Now, third, suppose if conscious mind gives some instruction, then the unconscious mind is bound to follow those instructions. That means it cannot deny. Let's test it right away, right now. So while listening to this video, while watching this video, you were breathing in some way. But now let me ask you to take a deep breath, hold it for 3 seconds and exhale through your mouth. Let's do it. Now, when you did not decide that how exactly you need to breathe or how exactly you are choosing to breathe, your breath was going automatically. That means who was controlling your breath? It was your unconscious, because the patterns of breathing existed inside your unconscious. So you were breathing unconsciously. Unconsciously breathing was going on. But Once you took that control, you decided that you will breathe the way I am asking you to breathe. That means take a deep breath, hold it for 3 seconds and then exhale. Your unconscious mind was not able to stop you. Although you are breathing in your natural way since the time you are born, since the time you came in on this earth, you are breathing in the same ways or similar way. But still, although those patterns are years long, that means those patterns, the training of those patterns are for long years, still once you decided, once you choose consciously that you want to breathe in some other way, you were able to do that. That means once you consciously chose that how exactly you want to breathe, your unconscious mind was not able to stop you, because it is bound to follow the instructions given by the conscious mind. I hope you got this clarity. Right. Now, the last point and the final point, and this is conscious mind can train the unconscious mind, provided the training is given in the language that is understood by the unconscious mind. And unconscious mind understands the language of visuals, audios and feelings. So once you give instructions to your unconscious in the form of visuals, audios and feelings, and with NLP you can learn these things in a great detail, that how exactly the files gets created inside our unconscious. So you will get that control, you will get that power, that how exactly you can train your unconscious, because unconscious mind will understand the language of visuals, audios and feelings. So once you understand and once you start to reprogram your mind, you can train your mind. Suppose you easily go into the state of sadness or you easily go into depression. With these learnings, you can easily train your mind, train your unconscious to stay calm, to stay happy, to stay energetic or excited, maybe confident, because all these things depend on the patterns that exist inside your unconscious. You do not choose or willingly go into the state of depression. You go into the state of depression automatically. So if you can go into depression automatically, why can't you go into delightfulness automatically? Yes, this is practically possible, provided you train your unconscious, you train your mind for the same, right? So this is a very powerful model that helps you understand your conscious and your unconscious portions of mind or levels of mind, that how exactly the roles are played by your conscious level and your unconscious level. And you have that potential, you have that possibility that you can actually train your unconscious, right? So this is a wonderful model and I hope you got absolute clarity. So in the next topic, we will be learning NLP communication model, and which is the world's most powerful model on how this human mind works, right? And this will give you great insights. So live the life that you deserve, and I will see you in the next video.